The old human ship CSV Defiant moved slowly through space. Captain Hannah Park touched the worn metal walls as she walked. The ship was old, but she loved it. Other ships in the fleet were newer and faster, but the Defiant had history. "Captain, we have incoming signals," said Jiho, the communications officer. His fingers moved quickly across the screen. Hannah returned to the bridge, her steps quick but steady. The main screen showed 5 large ships entering the system. They were smooth and shiny, unlike any human design. "They're Viridian," said Su Jin, looking up from her station. "Their energy readings are off the charts." The Viridians were new to human space. They had appeared 3 months ago at the edge of settled territory. Since then, they had taken 3 colony planets. No one knew why they had come or what they wanted. "They're hailing us," Jiho said. Hannah straightened her uniform. On screen, a tall figure appeared. Its skin was pale blue with markings that seemed to shift and move. "This is Admiral Toro of the Viridian Expansion Fleet. You will surrender your system immediately." Hannah kept her face calm. "This is Captain Park of the Earth Defense Force. We do not surrender to threats." Admiral Toro made a sound like laughter. "You send one old ship to face us? The other systems at least tried to fight." He leaned closer to the screen. "Your ship belongs in a museum, human. It will make a nice addition to our collection of conquered species artifacts." "Perhaps," Hannah said. "But appearances can be deceiving." The alien smiled, showing teeth that looked too sharp. "We have scanned your vessel. Its weapons are outdated. Its shields are minimal. You cannot hope to win." "Then why waste time talking?" Hannah asked. "If we're no threat, come and take us." The alien's smile faded. "As you wish. Prepare to be boarded. Any resistance will be met with death." The screen went dark. "They're surrounding us," Sujin reported. 5 ships moving into position. Hannah sat in her captain's chair. "And now we wait." Minho, her second in command, moved closer. "Should we contact Earth Command, request backup?" Hannah shook her head. "Those were our orders. Draw them in. Make them think we're alone and helpless." "The crew is nervous," Minho said quietly. "They know about Project Phoenix, but not what it does." "Neither do I," Hannah admitted. "Not fully. The engineers who installed it wouldn't tell me everything. They said it was safer that way." The ship shook as something hit them. "They're firing warning shots," Sujin called out. "Minimal. Damage to outer hull. Return fire," Hannah ordered. "Use standard weapons only." The Defiant's old guns fired, hitting the nearest Viridian ship. The shots bounced off without effect. Admiral Toro's face appeared on screen again. He was laughing. "Is that all you have? Your weapons are like children's toys to us." "We have more," Hannah said calmly. "I tire of this game," Toro said. "Surrender now or we will destroy you and then take your planet." Hannah looked around at her crew. They were scared, but ready. "No," Toro's face showed anger now. "Then die with your pathetic ship." The screen went dark again. "They're powering up their main weapons," Sujin reported. Hannah pressed a button on her chair. "All crew, this is the captain. Secure for Phoenix Protocol. This is not a drill." Throughout the ship, hidden panels opened. Systems that had been dormant for years came to life. In the engine room, Chief Engineer Tae Kim inserted his key into a special console. "Phoenix Protocol initiated," he reported over the comm. "Captain, you now have control." Hannah opened a small panel in her chair arm. Inside was a red button protected by a clear cover. She flipped the cover open. "They're firing," Sujin shouted. Energy. Beams from all 5 Viridian ships hit the Defiant at once. The ship shook violently. "Shields failing," someone called out. "Hull breach on deck 4. Hannah pressed the red button. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the lights dimmed. A low hum filled the ship, growing louder. "What's happening?" Minho asked. Hannah watched the screen as the Viridian energy weapons continued to hit them. But now, instead of damaging the ship, the beams seemed to be absorbed into the hull. "Project Phoenix," Hannah said. The ultimate defense and offense. The Defiant's old scarred hull began to glow. The ship's systems came back online, stronger than before. "Sir," Sujin said in amazement, "the ship is changing." Indeed it was. Hidden weapons emerged from what had looked like battle damage. The hull itself seemed to shift and reconfigure. Admiral Toro's face appeared on screen once more. The alien's confidence was gone, replaced by confusion and the first hints of fear. "What is this?" he demanded. "What have you done?" Hana smiled. "I told you, Admiral. Appearances can be deceiving." The Viridian ships moved closer to the Defiant. They were beautiful in a strange way. Their hulls looked smooth like glass and seemed to pulse with soft light. Captain Hana Park had studied the reports. These ships were grown, not built. The Viridians used living technology that could heal itself. "They're scanning us again," Sujin said from her station, trying to figure out what happened. The bridge crew worked quickly. They had trained for this moment, but none of them had actually seen Project Phoenix in action before. The systems were new and strange. "Captain, Admiral Toro is hailing us," Jiho reported. Hana nodded. On screen, the alien's face appeared. His blue skin had paled slightly, and his moving markings seemed faster now. "Human, explain this deception," he demanded. "Your ship has hidden capabilities." "Just as yours does, Admiral," Hana replied calmly. "Did you think humans would be easy to conquer? That we would not prepare?" "Your species is young," Toro said. "You have barely left your solar system. Our empire spans 50 worlds." "And yet here we are," Hana said. The alien's eyes narrowed. "This changes nothing. You have one ship with some interesting tricks. We have an armada." "Then call it," Hana challenged. "We're ready." The screen went dark again. Minho leaned close to her. "Captain, are you sure that was wise? We don't know the full capabilities of Phoenix yet." "Neither do they," Hana said. "And fear of the unknown is a powerful weapon." Chief Engineer Tae Kim's voice came over the comm. "Captain, I'm getting strange readings from the Phoenix Core. It's adapting to the Viridian energy signatures." "Adapting how?" Hana asked. "It seems to be learning from their weapons," Tae explained. "The system is reconfiguring itself based on the data from their attack." This was new information. The Phoenix briefing had mentioned adaptive technology, but not to this extent. "The Viridians are moving," Sujin reported. 4 ships are pulling back. The flagship is maintaining position. "They're being cautious now," Minho observed. "Captain," Jiho called out, "we're receiving a transmission from Earth Command. Admiral Lee wants to speak with you." "In my ready room," Hana said, standing. "Minho, you have the bridge." In her small office off the main bridge, Hana activated the secure channel. Admiral Lee's face appeared on the screen. He looked tired. "Captain Park, status report," he said without greeting. "Project Phoenix is online and functioning beyond expectations," Hana reported. "The Viridians fired on us, and the system absorbed their energy. It appears to be studying their technology." Admiral Lee nodded. "That's good news. What about the Viridian response? They're confused and being more cautious now. Their commander, Admiral Toro, seems angry but uncertain." "Perfect," Lee said. "The Defiant was always meant to be bait, Captain. Now we spring the trap." "Sir?" Hana asked. 3 stealth carriers have been following your ion trail," Lee explained. "They've been cloaked, which is why the Viridians didn't detect them. They'll reach your position in 20 minutes. Hana felt relief wash over her. They weren't alone. After all. "Your orders?" she asked. "Keep the Viridians distracted. Make them focus on the Defiant and Project Phoenix. The carriers will deploy fighters from behind." "Understood, Admiral." "And Hana," Lee said, his formal tone softening. "Be careful. Phoenix is powerful, but it's still experimental. We don't know all its capabilities or limitations." "Yes, sir," she replied. When she returned to the bridge, the situation had changed. The Viridian ships were moving again, spreading out to surround the Defiant. "They've been busy while you were gone," Minho said. They're trying to find a firing angle that might be more effective. Let them try, Hana said, settling back into her chair. Sujin, any sign they've detected our reinforcements? No, Captain. They seem focused entirely on us. Good. Keep it that way. Hana opened a channel to engineering. Tay, how's Phoenix? Doing? It's fascinating, Captain, the engineer replied, excitement in his voice. The system is evolving minute by minute. It's learning from the Viridian technology and incorporating elements into its own matrix. Can we use any of that yet? I think so. We might be able to generate a similar energy field to theirs. It could disrupt their communications. Do it, Hana ordered. The Viridian flagship moved closer, its weapons ports glowing with built-up energy. They're going to fire again, Sujin warned. Bigger this time. Let them, Hana said. Phoenix needs the energy. The alien ship released a massive energy beam that struck the Defiant head-on. The old ship shuddered but held together. The Phoenix system hummed louder, absorbing the attack. Power levels rising, Tay reported from engineering. Phoenix is at 200% capacity and climbing. What happens when it reaches maximum? Minho asked. Hana looked at the tactical display showing the Viridian ships. Then we show them why it was named Phoenix. She opened a channel to Admiral Toro. When his face appeared, she smiled. Admiral Toro stared at the human captain on his view screen. He couldn't understand how her old ship had survived his attack. The human vessel should have been destroyed instantly. What trickery is this? He demanded. No tricks, Admiral, Captain Hana Park replied calmly. Just human ingenuity. On the bridge of the Defiant, Hana kept her face neutral despite the tension she felt. Everything depended on keeping the Viridians focused on her ship for the next 15 minutes, until Earth's hidden forces arrived. The Phoenix system is still absorbing energy, Tay reported from engineering, but I'm not sure how much more it can take. Hana nodded slightly. She needed a new plan to buy time. Admiral Toro, she said, perhaps we can resolve this without more fighting. What do you want from Earth? The alien looked surprised by the question. We want what we always take, your resources, your technology, your planet. And if we refuse, then you die, Toro said simply. Many species have resisted. None have succeeded. Minho leaned close to Hana's ear. 10 minutes until the carriers arrive, Captain. Hana needed to keep the Viridians talking. Our ship has shown we're not defenseless. Why not consider an alliance instead of conquest? Toro made that strange laughing sound again. You think one ship makes you strong? Our empire has conquered galaxies. Your little surprise means nothing. As they spoke, Hana noticed the Viridian ships were slowly moving into a new formation. They were preparing for another attack, this time from multiple angles. Sujin, she whispered. Are they trying to find a weak spot in Phoenix's defenses? Yes, Captain, Sujin replied quietly. They're scanning every centimeter of our hull. Hana turned back to the screen. Admiral, before you attack again, I should warn you. The Phoenix system doesn't just absorb energy. It can return it as well. This was a bluff. Hana didn't know if Phoenix could actually do this, but she needed to make Toro hesitate. The alien's expression changed slightly. Explain. The energy you fired at us didn't disappear, Hana said. We captured it, and we can direct it back at you anytime we want. Toro's eyes narrowed. You're lying. Am I? Would you like a demonstration? On cue, Tay activated a new feature, a Phoenix. The hull of the Defiant began to glow with the stored energy, pulsing like a heartbeat. 7 minutes, Minho whispered. One of the Viridian officers approached Toro on the view screen. They spoke quietly in their own language. The officer seemed concerned, pointing at something off screen. Your ship is leaking radiation, Toro finally said. Your power core is unstable. Hana smiled. This was perfect. Not unstable, Admiral. Just full. As I said, we absorbed your attack. Now we have to release that energy somewhere. This made Toro pause. Hana could see doubt in his alien features. Stand by, the alien commander said before cutting the transmission. Well played, Captain, Minho said with admiration, making them think we're about to explode. It's not entirely a bluff, Tay said through the comm. Phoenix is running hot. The system wasn't designed to hold this much energy for long periods. How long can we maintain this state? Hana asked. Maybe 10 more minutes, Tay replied. After that, we'll either need to use the energy or vent it. 5 minutes until carriers arrive, Jiho reported. The Viridian ships were now backing away slowly. They clearly believed the Defiant might explode. They're maintaining weapons lock, Sujin said, but they're increasing distance. Hana nodded. Good. Keep monitoring them. Suddenly, one of the smaller Viridian ships broke formation. It moved rapidly toward the Defiant. Captain, they're approaching fast, Sujin called out. Evasive maneuvers, Hana ordered. The Defiant turned sharply, but the old ship was slow to respond. The Viridian vessel fired, not at the Defiant's main hull, but at its engines. The ship shook violently. Direct hit to propulsion systems, Tay reported. They're trying to disable us, not destroy us. They want to capture Phoenix, Hana realized. They think it's too valuable to destroy. Another hit rocked the ship. 3 minutes until carriers arrive, Jiho said, holding tight to his console. Admiral Toro's face appeared on screen again. Your deception is clear now, human. Your ship isn't going to explode. You're trying to stall us. Hana kept her expression neutral despite the danger. If you've figured that out, you must also realize what we're stalling for. This made Toro pause. What do you mean? No wise commander sends just one ship against an enemy fleet, Hana said. Especially not an old ship like the Defiant. She could see sudden understanding in the alien's eyes. He started shouting orders to his crew. 1 minute, Jiho whispered. The Viridian ships began to scan the surrounding space frantically. They're looking in the wrong direction, Minho said with a small smile. 30 seconds, Jiho counted down. Hana faced Admiral Toro one last time. You should have destroyed us when you had the chance. Suddenly, space behind the Viridian fleet lit up as 3 massive Earth carriers dropped their cloaking fields. Dozens of fighter ships launched from their bays. Now, Hana said, let's show them what Phoenix can really do. The space around the Defiant erupted with activity. Earth fighters swarmed from the 3 carriers, small but fast ships that darted between the larger Viridian vessels. Admiral Toro's face showed shock as he realized he had been trapped. Attack pattern Omega, he shouted to his fleet. Destroy the human carriers. The Viridian ships turned to face the new threat, their weapons charging. But this movement gave Captain Hana Park exactly what she needed. Time. Tay, she called to her engineer. Is Phoenix ready? Yes, Captain, Tay responded, his voice tense with excitement. The system is fully charged from their attacks. All that stored energy is waiting for your command. Hana took a deep breath. This was the moment everything had been leading to, yet she still didn't fully understand what was about to happen. Activate Phoenix offensive capabilities, she ordered. Tay pressed several controls in engineering. Phoenix offensive mode engaged. The Defiant began to change. What had appeared to be old battle scars on the hull split open, revealing gleaming new weapon ports. The dull metal of the ship's exterior peeled back in sections like the skin of a fruit, exposing a layer of strange material underneath that seemed to shimmer with energy. What's happening? Minho asked, staring at the monitor showing the outside of their ship. Phoenix is transforming the Defiant, Tay explained through the comm. The old ship was just a shell hiding what's underneath. The bridge crew watched in amazement as their familiar old vessel revealed its true nature. The transformation continued for several seconds, until the Defiant barely resembled its former self. Where once there had been an aging warship, now there was something entirely new, sleek, powerful, and pulsing with energy. Target the Viridian flagship, Hana ordered. Sujin moved her hands across her console. Target locked. Fire. The energy that Phoenix had absorbed from the Viridian attacks now flowed through the new weapon systems. A beam of bright blue light shot from the Defiant, striking Admiral Toro's ship directly in its center. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then the Viridian vessel began to shimmer, as if it were made of water rather than solid matter. What's happening to them? Minho asked. Phoenix isn't just returning their energy, Tay explained. It's returning it in a form that disrupts their biomechanical technology. It's speaking to their ships in their own language. The Viridian flagship continued to shimmer and then began to break apart. Not in an explosion, but in a quiet dissolution, as if it were simply coming undone at the atomic level. Captain, Jiho called out. Admiral Lee is hailing us. On screen, Hana replied. Admiral Lee's face appeared, his expression a mixture of awe and concern. Captain Park, what am I seeing? The Viridian flagship is disintegrating. It's Phoenix, sir, Hana explained. It studied their technology and found its weakness. Their biomechanical ships are vulnerable to their own energy when it's properly modified. Can you target the other vessels? Yes, sir. Then proceed. Our fighters will handle any escape attempts. Hana turned to Sujin. Target the remaining Viridian ships. Targets locked. Fire. Once again, the transformed Defiant released beams of blue energy. Each one struck a Viridian ship, causing the same shimmering effect. One by one, the alien vessels began to break apart. Captain, Tay's voice came urgently over the comm. Phoenix is operating beyond its design parameters. The system is becoming unstable. What does that mean? Hana asked. The transformation is continuing. Phoenix is still adapting, still evolving. I can't predict what will happen next. The bridge began to change around them. The metal walls seemed to flow like liquid, reshaping themselves. New control panels appeared as old ones sank into the floor. Everyone stay at your posts, Hana ordered, trying to keep her voice calm. Captain, Sujin called out, her eyes wide. I'm detecting changes in the ship's internal structure. New rooms are forming. New systems are coming online. The Phoenix system isn't just a weapon, Tay said in wonder. It's a complete ship transformation protocol. The Defiant is becoming something else entirely. Hana felt her captain's chair shift beneath her. It molded itself to her body more perfectly, and new controls appeared at her fingertips. Sir, she reported to Admiral Lee, who was still on screen. We're experiencing unexpected developments with Phoenix. We can see it from here, Lee replied. Your ship is evolving before our eyes. The transformation continued for several more seconds, and then stopped as suddenly as it had begun. The bridge was now larger, more advanced, yet somehow familiar. System stabilization complete, a new computer voice announced. Phoenix protocol fully implemented. Tay, what just happened? Hana asked. I think, the engineer replied slowly. Phoenix just gave us a new ship. The old Defiant is gone. This is something else. Hana looked around at her transformed bridge and crew. They had come to fight in an old, outdated vessel, and now they commanded something beyond even Earth's most advanced technology. Admiral, she said, turning back to the screen. The Defiant has been fully transformed, awaiting your orders. Admiral Lee studied her for a moment. The Viridians are retreating. Track them. We need to know where they came from. Yes, sir, Hana replied. As the view screen returned to showing space outside, Hana saw the few remaining Viridian ships fleeing at high speed. They won't get far, she said quietly. Not anymore. Admiral Toro's escape pod drifted through space. He was one of the few Viridians who had survived. Through the small window, he watched his once mighty fleet now reduced to scattered debris. The human ship that had caused this destruction moved through the wreckage, glowing with strange energy. How, he whispered to himself. How could one old human ship do this? His communication device activated. Admiral, we're being pursued. 3 Viridian ships remain, but the transformed human vessel is gaining on us. Toro closed his eyes briefly. His career, his reputation, his future, all destroyed by underestimating these humans. On the bridge of what was once the Defiant, Captain Hana Park studied the tactical display. The ship no longer felt old or familiar. Everything was new, responsive, almost alive. The remaining Viridian ships are heading for the edge of the system, Sujin reported. They appear to be trying to reach a jump point. Can we intercept them? Hana asked. Easily, Sujin replied. Our new engines are operating at efficiency levels I've never seen before. Hana turned to Minho. What's our status? All systems are functioning perfectly, he answered. Phoenix has transformed every part of the ship. We have technologies I don't even recognize. Tay, what can you tell us about these new systems? Hana asked her chief engineer. Tay's voice came through clearer than ever on the communication system. It's remarkable, Captain. From what I can tell, Phoenix used the energy from the Viridian weapons to rebuild our ship using their own technology, but improved. It's as if Phoenix understood their tech better than they did. Admiral Lee is hailing us, Jiho announced. When the Admiral's face appeared on screen, he looked both impressed and concerned. Captain Park, your ship's transformation is beyond anything we expected from Project Phoenix. How is your crew handling it? We're adapting, sir, Hana replied. The systems seem designed to be intuitive for human operators. Good. The Viridians are retreating to their staging area. We believe it's a base they established in the Tau Ceti system. Your new ship is faster than our carriers. Can you pursue? Yes, sir, Hana said confidently. Then do so. We need to know where these aliens came from and if more are coming. But be careful. We don't know what other forces they might have at their base. Understood, sir. As the communication ended, Hana ordered, set course for the fleeing Viridian ships. Maximum speed. The transformed Defiant, which the crew had begun calling Phoenix among themselves, responded instantly. The stars outside blurred as they accelerated to speeds no human ship had achieved before. Captain, Sujin said with surprise, we'll overtake the Viridian ships in less than 10 minutes. That's impossible by normal standards. Nothing about the ship is normal anymore, Minho observed. As they closed in on the fleeing aliens, Hana considered her options. The Phoenix had already shown incredible destructive capabilities, but that wasn't what humanity needed most, right? Now, they needed information. When we reach the lead ship, target their engines only, she ordered. I want to disable them, not destroy them. Yes, Captain, Sujin replied. Minutes later, they came within range of the first Viridian vessel. Sujin targeted its propulsion systems with precision. A small burst of energy from Phoenix struck the alien ship, immediately causing its engines to fail. The other two ships are increasing speed, Sujin reported. Stay with them, Hana ordered. One by one, they disabled the fleeing Viridian ships. When all three were drifting helplessly in space, Hana opened a communication channel. Admiral Toro, this is Captain Park. Your ships are disabled. Surrender now. After a moment of silence, Toro's face appeared on screen. He looked defeated. You've won this battle, human, he said bitterly, but you have no idea what you've started. Explain, Hana demanded. We are merely the first wave, Toro said. The Viridian Empire spans hundreds of systems. When they learn what happened here, they will send not 5 ships, but 5,000. And we'll be ready, Hana replied calmly. Your technology is no longer a mystery to us. Thanks to Phoenix, we understand it now, perhaps better than you do. Toro's expression changed to one of confusion. What is this Phoenix you speak of? It's what defeated you, Hana said simply. Now you will tell us everything about your empire, its location, its strengths, its weaknesses. I will tell you nothing, Toro insisted. Hana smiled slightly. We'll see. After securing the Viridian ships with tractor beams, Hana contacted Admiral Lee to report their success. Excellent work, Captain, Lee said. Bring the prisoners back to Earth. Our scientists are eager to study both them and your transformed ship. Sir, Hana said, what if Toro is telling the truth? What if more Viridians are coming? Then humanity will need more ships like yours, Lee replied. Project Phoenix was just the prototype. With what we learn from your ship, we can build an entire fleet. As Hana ended the transmission, she looked around at her bridge and crew. They had set out on this mission in an old, supposedly obsolete ship that everyone had laughed at. Now they commanded possibly the most advanced vessel in the galaxy. "Take us home," she ordered. "Maximum speed." As Phoenix turned toward Earth, Hana thought about the future. The Viridians had come expecting an easy conquest. Instead, they had awakened something in humanity, a determination to survive, to evolve, to become stronger. The next time aliens came looking for an easy target, they would find something very different waiting for them,